Hi everyone, today's Leetcode question called target sum. So in this question, we're given integer array nums and another integer target, and we are find the numbers way to reach that specific target with either the plus sign and minus sign and with all nums in the integer array. So let's check example 1 here to help understand. So example 1 numbers equal to this 1111, right? And target equal to 3. So it shows us the 5 ways. So we get these ways. The first way to use the minus sign and this position and all the rest plus sign. So this give us 3, right? And then we can shift the minus sign to next position, the next position, next position, and this position. Okay. So these solutions all give us a 3 as a sound, right? So this means these 5 ways are valid ways and we return 5. Example 2 here, the numbers are equal to 1 in single element and target is equal to 1. So you see here only one way to summarize this target, that is to put the plus sign before this 1, right? So in that case, we want to return 1 as output. Okay, now finish the quick problem introduction. Let's think about how to solve this problem. So this problem is very classical dynamic programming problem. And for dynamic programming problem, the fundamental thing is to draw out the transaction formula, which I have shown here. So how to get this specific transaction formula? Let me use the graph drawing here. Let's say by using example, and target equal to 3. And let's say the numbers array equal to 111. Okay, so maybe change target to 1, so it's more easy to understand. Okay, the next thing to initialize for the equation is the index, which show us how many plus or minus we have just used, and the total, which show us the current sum. And the index and total should be initialized both at 0, indicating we are starting at the beginning with nothing. Okay, now we have 2 ways to go. One way to go with minus sign, and the other way is to go with plus sign, right? Since all nums we can use is 1, so if we choose minus sign, it will be -1. The plus sign will be +1. And if we choose -1, we go this path, the index should be 1, indicating we are moving to the next number, and total should be -1. And choose +1, 1, and 1. And here we have not reached the length of num, right? So I want to keep going. So here -1 or +1. And if we choose -1, we get this with 2, and this is -2. And this one 2, this is 0. Okay, and here they enjoy it all. And at this specific level, we still have not reached the length of nouns. So I want to keep going further. So let me draw it out here. We have -1 and +1. So here we have 3 and -3, right? And here we have 3 and -1. And for this one, we have 3, -1, and 3, 1. And for this part, let me write it out. And finally, for this part. Okay, now finish the entire join, and we have reached the length of the num, right? And we want to see which total satisfy our target requirement. You see target here is 1, so we want to see if the total equal to 1 at this specific level, right? So let me make a count here. You see here is -3, so this is not valid, right? And this one is -1, not valid. This one is -1, not valid. This one is 1, right? So this one is good. And this one is -1, so just skip it. This one is 1, good. This one is 1 also good, and this one is 3 not good. So see, totally we have 3 valid result. Let me circle it out. We have these 3 valid result, and the results we have to return is 3, indicating there are 3 valid ways. So just return these 3, and we're finished. Okay, now finish the graphical explanation. The next thing is to dive into the coding part. So for the coding part, first let me write a helper function. And for this helper function, we need noun, the target. We need diction to record the index and the total. And of course, we need index and total itself, as I mentioned in the previous join. So the first thing we consider if we have reached the length of noun. In that case, this means, okay, the length of noun is equal to the index, right? If that case, and found okay, total equal to target, this means this is a valid way, so we return 1. Otherwise, if total not equal to target, this means we have used our own numbers and we still cannot reach the target, and we return 0, indicating it's not valid way. Okay. Now next thing to mark visits to avoid duplicate, right? Avoid duplicate. We want to run recursion and return. So if that specific index total is already in dictionary, so immediately return the dictionary value for this index total to avoid researching in another branch. Okay. And finally, we run the recursion. So for dictionary, using index and total as key, want to call the helper function because how recursion works, right? First, just passing all these variables and change index to index plus 1 and total total plus numbers and index according to this formula, right? And also, we have another branch, which means we have to use the minus sign instead of a plus sign. So in that case, index should be same. The total should be changed to total minus numbers of index, just we did in this formula, right? And finally, once finished recursion, the only thing we need to do is to return the value of this dictionary, and now we get the total number of ways. Okay, now let's submit the code to see it works. Oh, sorry, here should be a call the helper function. Sorry for a mistake. So numbers should and targets should be inherited from the problem description. The dictionary should be initialized an empty dictionary. The index and total should initialize 0. Okay, you see the time capacity and memory usage of this solution is not bad, right? And I think the code is very easy to understand and very short. If you find this video helpful, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching and see you next time.